Hey guys, it's Rashawn John, and today we're going to learn about fractions. So what are fractions? Well, a fraction is a part of a whole. So if you had a whole pizza and cut it up into 12 slices, and you ate one slice, you would have eaten 1/12 of the pizza. So the other thing you need to know is that the top number is called the numerator, and the bottom number is called the denominator. So we're going to move on to equivalent fractions. So basically, equivalent fractions are fractions that look different but mean the same thing. So 1/8 of a pizza is the same as 2/16 of a pizza, which is also the same as 3/24 of a pizza. So suppose you had a SAT test out of 100 marks and you got 50 of the marks right. 50 out of 100 simplified is 1/2 or a half. But suppose you got another test paper, which was out of 50 marks, but you got 25 out of 50. That simplified would also be a half, so you'd get the same result for your 50 out of 100 mark and your 25 out of 50 mark. Next, we're going to talk about improper fractions. So improper fractions are fractions, but when the numerator is bigger than the denominator. So here's an example, 12/5. You'll think that's not possible, but the next thing we're going to talk about will make it seem possible. And those things are mixed fractions. So suppose you had an improper fraction like 12/5. To get it to its mixed form, you do 12 divided by 5, and that is 2 and 2/5. So 12/5 is 2 and 2/5. But suppose you had it the other way around, and you had the mixed fraction first. So you had 2 and 2/5 first. To get it to the improper fraction, you would have the whole number, which is 2, times the denominator, which is 5. So 2 times 5 is 10. And then add that number to the numerator, which is 12, and you'd get 12/5. That just proves this is all the same thing. So now I have a question for you. Which is bigger, 3/20 or 1/4 or a quarter? So what you would do is you'd try to find the same denominator. So the same denominator of 3/20 or a quarter would be 20. So 20 times 1 is 20. So do 1 times 3, which is 3. So that's 3/20. So that's 3/20. And 4 times 5 is 20. So you would do 1 times 5, which is 5/20. So the real question would be 3/20 or 5/20. Which is bigger? So now we're into the 4 operations. So we'll start at multiplication. So what is 1/4 times 2/5? So it's actually pretty simple. You just times the denominator by the other denominator, and you do times the numerator times the other numerator. So 4 times 5 is 20, and 1 times 2 is 2. So that would be 2/20, and 2/20 simplified is 1/10. So you may be wondering, what if you wanted to times a fraction by a whole number? So first you would put that whole number over 1. So here it's 6, so you would do 6/1, and then you just do normal multiplication. 2/5 times 6/1, and that would be 12/5. So there you go, that's your answer. We're gonna move on to division. So 4/6 divided by 1/3. So since division is the opposite of multiplication, you do 4/6 times 3/1 instead of 1/3. You just swap the two numbers around. So the question would be 4/6 times 3/1, which is 12/6. Next, we're going to learn about addition. So addition is actually harder than multiplication and division, because you need to find the same denominator. So here we have 4/5 add 3/4, and a same denominator would be 20. So 5 times 4 is 20, so you do 4 times 4, which is 16, so that's 16 over 20. And then 4 times 5 is 20, so, and 3 times, so you do 3 times 5, which is 15, which is 15 over 20. Add those two, and you get 31 over 20. But you don't add the denominator. And lastly, we're gonna learn about subtraction with fractions. So this is very much like addition, except you're subtracting it. So 4 over 5 take away 3 over 4. 4 over 5 is 16 over 20, and 3 over 4 is 15 over 20. Take away that, and you get 1 over 20. With this, you also don't take away the denominator. So yeah, guys, that's basically fractions. Hope you learned something new, and bye.